Okay, so the next way to get your 30 days is by working as a permitted hire, um, also known as a permit. So, um, permitted hire is basically when the local is unable to fill a call, they will give that production permission to hire outside of the membership and somebody also not on the roster. And the local will give permission for one specific job. So if more manpower is needed, then the local will have to be contacted. If basically this permission is only given on a moment by moment basis, so it only happens for a brief moment in time. We're never in permits for extended periods of time, and this is just because, for example, let's say that there's a show that needs, one additional person. So they call the local, they say, hey, we can't find anybody. Can you find someone for us? The local calls everyone. And this show that they're looking for people for is overnight, and not very many people want to do the overnight. And so they can't find anybody. And then that same show comes back the next day, and they have another day where they need more people. But it's not an overnight, it's actually um, just day exterior. And now there are a lot of people who are interested in that who are union members. So that's just like one instance where you could have two back-to-back calls, and one might be given permission to hire outside of the membership, while the second one will be immediately filled by a union member. So once you're on a job, you can continue to work. They can't, the only thing is that they can't lay off a union member to keep you on. And if they change your position, they need to get permission again. So they can't move you from first unit to rigging or first unit to fixtures, something like that. If they did, they would just need to get permission again. Um, and again, that's just because, maybe there is somebody on the books who does not want to take a first unit call, but they do want fixtures work. And so that just kind of like changes the circumstances in which the production is seeking permission to hire outside of the membership. You're definitely less likely to get 30 days this way. Um, it can be good for a couple days, but more than that, it's just kind of unlikely to happen. You're much more likely to get those 30 days by organizing a feature, or something like that, where you can get all of your 30 days in one go, or even get 28, 29 days, and then maybe get one day as a permit. Um, One frequently asked question is just about sub 20-minute SVOD agreements. SVOD is streaming video on demand. And so basically, for streaming video on demand shows that are less than 20 minutes, um, you do not get union days for those shows. Um, it's just something that's a little strange that's in the agreement. So I think it's just important to know that this is a pitfall of that agreement. And you can try and ask if this show is under the sub 20-minute SVOD agreement. Um, but at the same time, there there's been a bit of confusion surrounding these agreements and stuff, that I've heard people who they were convinced that the show was under this agreement. They took the job anyways, and then they found out later that it wasn't, and actually all their days did count. So know that this exists. Know that you might not get your days if you end up on a show that is under this agreement, but that it can very easily flip the other way. Um, we do have a referral list. It's basically helps us, yeah, it keeps track and of how many days people have, and then also gives our call steward a list of people to send to um, ACLTs when union members are not available to take the call. As you can imagine, once we get to the point where it's like, oh, okay, well, we have to, we're going to give you permission to hire outside the membership, and then they give that permission to a best boy who's been in the union for 30 years and they don't really know anybody, this referral list can be very helpful to them. It is important to understand that most people will call their friends first. So 728 has been also recommending people in other IA locals first, since they're out of work as a result of the pandemic. But what you'll want to do is you'll want to email TCS, Treasurer Call Steward, at IATSE728.org whenever you get union days, and you're just going to include all of this information in your email. And it's important to list any special skills that you have, because if somebody is looking for a console programmer or something like that, or somebody who's savvy with moving lights, it can definitely get you kind of bumped up to the top of being called if you have those special skills. And ultimately, we're more interested in getting one person 30 days than just 30 different people one day. So it is important that you sign up for this list and give us all the information you can so that we can help you. And okay, we're going to talk about the last way to get in a minute, and then stop this video.